Okay, so
what are the benefits of cold water therapy? Cold water therapy has been reported to benefit the body in many ways, including reducing muscle pain and stiffness after exercise by reducing swelling and inflammation. Cold water swimming has been shown to be beneficial for our mental health too. If only it wasn't so awkward to go and do on your own, I would definitely do it.
hey, so I'm gonna start a series at the beginning of this year to look more at things that help mental health. My partner and I have been listening to these podcasts, and I'm gonna write up on the top of the screen what it is, what the podcast was called. But it was like 5 minutes to help you or something. So it's just like 5 minute podcasts, saying something that could help your improve your mental health. So I'm going to use a lot of those to like inspire what ones I'm looking at. But the first one that I've done a bit before, and I think it intrigues me a lot, and also doesn't, because I don't know, I've never been much of a water person, so like swimming in open water just doesn't appeal to me. It's not that I'm scared of it, it's just that it doesn't inspire me or anything. But I've read and heard so much about cold water therapy or ice baths or whatever you want to call it. And a year or two ago, I did actually start, like at the end of my shower, having like turning it to cold and like having, 10 seconds of cold water. I didn't really do it enough to notice any change, because I did it irregularly, and my thinking was like, oh, it's going to help because, at least I'm doing something. But I think you have to do it regularly for it to actually work. So I was just like researching what's the best thing, because I shower in the evenings. And I was like, will it wake me up? Like if I cold shower in the evening? Um, but apparently it helps your sleep because it calms you down, which seems like the opposite of what you think it would do. So, but yeah, apparently it can lead to better sleep, because it stimulates our parasympathetic nervous system, which helps our body rest and repair, helping us feel calm. So I think what I'm going to do is shower every evening for a week and see if it helps, like, improve my mood, improve my health. Obviously, a week's not really going to do much, but for the sake of this video, I might, because this video probably won't come out for a few weeks, I might do like a week, and if I'm like feeling motivated and inspired, I'll carry on for a few more weeks and give you an update after that, and see how I feel in like 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, I guess basically why I'm doing this video is I think I've feeling really unmotivated recently. Normally I get like a day or two I feel really inspired so I can like pick myself up. I'm not even feeling that recently. And today, I just didn't want to get out of bed. I mean, you've probably seen the clip. And I was like, last night, I was like, okay, I'm going to film this video this morning. I'm going to start this journey. But it was really hard to motivate myself to do it. So I'm going to start this series of like things that can help me improve my mental health and motivation and solve everything. No, but yeah, we'll see. Let's go research. So I do already use cold water. This was something I meant to say earlier. I forgot. So we live in an old house. We only have an immersion heater. I think that's what you call it. So every time we want hot water, it starts the boiler up and it has to heat the water. And obviously that's very expensive. So every time I want to wash my face in the morning, I just use cold water. And I do like it because I feel like it wakes. I think it's even good for my skin. Like it feels like it. I don't know. And also, sorry, I just skipped that. It feels like it wakes my skin up, and in turn, that physical feeling of like my skin feeling like tingly, like gives me that feeling to my brain as well. Um, it's all about these like physical and mental links and how those things like relate to each other. It's also the fact that I'm motivating myself to be able to splash this cold water on my face is like feels like a small win. You know, it's like opening your curtains in the morning or making your bed. Those small wins like add together and like can improve your health, your mental health, and like motivation and drive and whatever. So yeah, I already do that, and I do like that. And I can tell when I'm not motivated because I'll just like use a um, cleansing pad, you know, those reusable pads things. I use those to wipe my makeup if I really can't be bothered to wash my face with cold water. So yeah, I think this will help because I already see the difference in that. But I think it would help even more if I can, you know, motivate myself to stay in the cold water. I also, when I was listening to this podcast, it was saying about building the time up that you're in the cold water because the longer you stay in, the better. Um, so obviously, I'll see how long I can stay in to begin with, and I'll keep you updated on that. But I'll obviously try and build up the time that I stay in the cold water for, and let you know like the difference in the times and feeling and stuff like that. I did want to do cold water swimming as part of this video.
I feel like it gets a bit confusing here. Basically, I'd love to cold water swim, but I'm not there yet, so I'm starting with cold water showers and seeing the effects of that first.
But seeing as my mood is like here, I feel like it would have to be at least here to do that because of, you know, the anxiety that it brings to even go somewhere and swim. I'm an overthinker and like I'm thinking everything right now about what that, so I doubt that's going to happen, but it is a possibility, so we'll see. Speak it and it shall come into fruition. Isn't that a quote or something? Okay, let's Google cold water shower. I think it also matters like your mentality going into it. Like if you think this cold water shower is really going to help me, then you know it's going to help me more. Whereas if you go into it like I really don't want to do this cold water shower, like they said here about you know, having to have a cold water shower. Like I don't think if you went into it think I'll have to have this cold water shower, I don't think that would help you. But if you like go into it like this is going to help me, it's like mind over matter, isn't it? Something here about contrast showers, which is what I was kind of thinking of doing. So like having a hot shower and then at the end turning it to cold, or having a cold shower and then turning it to hot for the rest of my shower. But here it's saying like switch between, so do a minute of cold, a minute of hot, a minute of cold. I thought that wouldn't be good for you because it would like, you know, your body would be like extreme differences. But I might look more into that. Yeah, it's true. Like spas, you go from a hot to a cold, like the cold plunge pools, um, after saunas and stuff. So yeah, this one talks about how they took hot showers and then had a blast of cold water for 30, 60 or 90 seconds at the end of their shower. 4 a.m. she gets up. Wow. So she did it in the evening as well. Don't know what to do. I'm definitely going to do it in the evening because I think it's not realistic for me to do it in the morning because I just won't do it. I think what I'm going to do is a hot shower and then I'll do like as long as I can stand in cold water at the end. And like in here she was saying, talking about focusing on her breathing, and I don't think that's going to happen the first few times because in the podcast he said the first few times was just like like everything goes from your brain and you're just like in shock. But yeah, eventually I'm going to start trying to think about my breathing and mindfulness, and hopefully it'll be like a meditative thing. Yeah, I'll see. I do like doing things like this in the morning because I think it does like motivate me more. But I'm a real I like physical exercise and I like doing that in the morning. So I think like next week I'm gonna try that. Doing physical exercise every morning. Or not next week, probably in a few weeks' time. Yeah. This has been running for 25 minutes now, so I'm gonna turn this off and I'll see you this evening. And I hopefully feel a bit more motivated. Cold shower day 1. I'm really having to force myself into this, but hopefully it's worth it. Oh my god, how do you do this? Oh, it's like, oh no, no. Oh my god, my lips are like numb. Oh, I can't. What was that, like 10 seconds? Oh, my skin's bad.
I think I might have got your bum in it.
So that was worse than I thought. Because I've done it before at my parents' house, and I swear the water does not get as cold as that, because that was like someone was like scratching my skin off. It was so cold. To be fair, it's winter as well, so I feel like the water gets colder in winter. That's the thing, right? Well, I think that's the thing. Now I'm sat here, I'm like disappointed in myself for not doing longer, but like when I was in there, it felt like ages. I'm actually going to get my partner to time me tomorrow, but I think it was probably like I kept trying to count, but like I would lose track, like I'd keep starting from one again. So I think it was probably about 5 seconds, which is really bad. But I think I could definitely do more. Now I like know what's I'm prepared for how cold that water is. That sounds stupid because it's cold water, but it was pretty freaking cold. I did it, like I had my shower, then I did the cold water, and then I turned it back to warm because I was like, if I'm freezing, I'm gonna get out of the shower and be freezing, and then yeah. So that just made more sense to me as I'm like doing it in the evening as well. But I am. I also did aerial earlier, and cold water showers are meant to be good for like sore muscles. So I'll let you know tomorrow if I ache less than usual, because that'll be good if I do. But I don't know if I've like by having the warm shower afterwards, if that kind of cancels out the benefits. That's surely not. My partner's shaking his head. Yeah, I think it still counts. I'll let you know tomorrow. Day 2. Right. Okay, so
Right off the bat, I'll say that this one, day 2, felt a lot easier to give up on going into it. I thought I didn't get immediate results from the day 1, so like I wasn't like driven to do day 2. But I did a workout, which is another factor, I guess, before I did it, and I haven't done a workout in a long time. And I was like, let's get it done, let's do it. So I did it, and it was so much easier. Like, I didn't turn the temperature right down to cold immediately. I was stood under it and turned it down, like, not slowly, but like more gradually. Like I did it immediately last time. But once I was under it, I felt like I could breathe more, and like feel it. Before, it was just like my head was like nowhere. It felt like time wasn't a real thing. Whereas this time, I like breathe through it. You probably hear me breathing. It sounds like lion's breath in yoga. I think that's what, but it felt good. So I definitely feel more inspired to do it tomorrow. My muscles are really aching today, so it didn't help yesterday. I would say I felt like an ice bath would help more with muscles, because you're not like submerging your muscles underwater. You're just like, it's like on the skin. It's like a skin deep rather than like, soaking. I'm just waffling now. Day 2 was a success. Day 3. Go. So day 3 was hard again. I've spoken to a few people and said that I'm doing this, and they've all been like, "Why the hell are you doing this? It's winter. Are you crazy?" And that made me start doubting it. So like when I got in the shower, I was like doubting myself all the way up until I did it. I was just like, oh, what's the point? I'll just stop it now. But like there was a small part of me that was just like, but you've done 2 days, like just do the third. Like, and I did it, and it was so much like it the same as day 2. Like my head was clearer, like I could breathe through it more. Yeah, it was just easier again. There's this YouTube channel I watch called Yes Theory, and their whole like slogan, I guess, is like seek discomfort, and I feel like it really comes down to that. Like at the end of the day, I don't know if the cold water is actually helping me. I mean, obviously it's only been 3 days, so I can't really make a judgment on that. But also, if it's not doing anything, like it's still like this routine that I have, and like this thing to myself that I'm actually gonna do it. I've committed to this, so I'm gonna do it. That determination, motivation, like really inspires me. So even if it's not doing anything, it's still doing that, like, mentally. Yeah. Day 4. Okay. Day 5. Day 6. So it's been a couple weeks since I did this, and I think I've come to like the conclusion. Cold showers, I don't think did anything physically to me, but it was all mental. It was like I was doing something that was really hard. Like it was so hard to like motivate myself to do, but once I was doing it, I was like, oh my god, I'm doing it. Like that exhilaration of going on a roller coaster, like it's really terrifying to go on, but when you're on it, you're like, oh my god, yes, this is amazing. It was kind of like that, but like a smaller version. um, I have been doing it since. Obviously, you can tell I only did 6 days. My life, mental health things get in the way, so yeah, 6 days was all I had in me. But I have been doing it probably
twice a week. Like I'll have a cold shower at the end of my normal shower, and I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, maybe in the future I'll start cold water swimming. I'd love to, but we'll see what's in the cards for me. Thanks for watching this video. There'll be a whole series coming out of things that I'm doing in January to improve my mental health. Next week I'm doing a video at the moment of doing exercise every day for a week, different types of exercise. So no sneak peeks of how it's going, but yeah. Okay, so subscribe and like this video to see more, and yeah, thanks for watching.
When it walks past, it's going to be really embarrassing. It's too dark in here without film, without a light. Two showers a day seems excessive. Some people do that. I never have done that. I keep looking at the wrong end of the phone.
Form of exercise. Just right everywhere.